Some people applying for the Spanish non-lucrative visa think it's just about having health insurance in Spain. But in reality, this is one of the areas where applications can get delayed or questioned if the policy doesn't align properly with how the consulate interprets it. On paper, the requirements sound fairly straightforward. You need private health insurance with full cover and no co-payments, and cover for the duration of your visa. But what many people underestimate is that it's not just about having a policy in place. It's about how the policy is structured, how the certificate is worded, and how the documentation is interpreted in practice. And that's where some applicants run into problems. For example, some applicants choose reimbursement style policies because they appear more flexible and sometimes more cost effective. And in some cases those policies have been accepted. But I've also seen situations where they were questioned during renewals when the cover was examined more closely. So the issue isn't always whether the insurance exists, sometimes it's whether the policy fully aligns with what the authorities expect to see. Another area people don't always think about is how the policy is paid for. Some insurers allow monthly payments, which can seem convenient, and sometimes that's accepted. But in other situations, applicants have been asked for clarification or even asked to change the policy structure later in the process. And that's the problem. A visa application is probably not where you want the uncertainty over insurance wording or payment structure. One of the biggest misunderstandings is what comprehensive cover in Spain actually means. People often assume all policies are basically the same, but they're not. Some lower cost plans may include limitations that aren't immediately obvious when you first look at them. And sometimes the policy may technically meet the requirements, but still not match what the applicant expected once they actually arrive in Spain and start using their healthcare. The key point is this: most problems don't happen because somebody forgot to get insurance. They happen because the policy, although it technically exists, doesn't fully align with what's expected during the visa process. And in some cases that can lead to delays, requests for clarifications, or having to change providers later on. The real challenge isn't simply finding health insurance for Spain, it's choosing cover that works properly both for the visa process and for real life once you arrive here. And that's usually where people either get it right or run into problems later.